I pay so much money and there's nothing to watch. Just kidding. There's a million things to watch on Netflix. Stick around, you'll find out. I decided to compile a list of the best 5 shows currently available on Netflix. The first show on the list is not necessarily the best one, and the last one on the list is not necessarily the worst one. These are just 5 great shows that you can watch and enjoy on Netflix in case you, like many other people, find that there's very little to watch on Netflix. So, the first show, and I might be a little biased about this because I'm an animator myself, so I love animation, is Love, Death, and Robots. The first thing you need to know about Love, Death, and Robots is that each and every episode actually stands alone. It's not a story that you need to watch from the first episode all the way up to the last one. Each episode is a standalone episode. Basically, this means that you don't need to watch it in sequence. You can watch the last episode of the season and then watch the first episode of the season, or any episode in between, and you'll be just fine. So what is it about? Basically, it's a celebration of animation. All forms of animation. This is one of the reasons why I, as an animator, love it so much. It's brilliant. It's the highest quality animation coming out of the best artists around. And Netflix did not dictate any storyline or any particular type of story that the animators need to follow, which is why you'll find a large variety of different stories, from comedy all the way up to action and fighting and guns and monsters and pretty much everything in between. Because I know that a lot of people are going to have a hard time with this if they're not animators, I'm going to give you an advice as to which episode to watch first. And I'm giving you this advice because I feel that if you're going to watch a great episode, then maybe you'll give the rest of the show a chance. So I'm just going to recommend what I personally consider to be the best episode. The best episode of the season, in my opinion, and I definitely advise you to start there, is the 6th episode of season 1. The episode is called When the Yogurt Took Over the World. It's hilarious and it's also beautiful artistically. Do not miss it. It's absolutely beautiful. I cannot recommend more. You'll love it. Even if you don't love animation, it's just brilliant. You'll enjoy every moment of it. The second show I would recommend is Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee. Don't you just love shows about nothing? I think I watched Seinfeld, the original Seinfeld show, like 3 times already.
Most men like working on things, tools, objects, fixing things. This is what men enjoy doing. Have you ever noticed if a guy's out in his driveway working on something with tools, how all the other men in the neighborhood are magnetically drawn to this activity? They just come wandering out of the house like zombies. Man, it's true. Men hear a drill, it's like a dog whistle. Just... You know, they go running up to that living room curtain. Honey, I think Jim's working on something over there. So they run over to the guy. Now, they don't actually help the guy. No, they just want to hang around the area where work is being done. That's what men want to do.
I just love shows about nothing. There's so much terrible things going on in the world, and all of these terrible things are constantly brought up to our awareness. on the news and on the radio and pretty much everywhere you look. So the thing about watching a show about nothing is that it clears your mind. It puts everything in perspective. It gives you a good feeling about life in a much more general sense. Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee is exactly that. It's a show about nothing, and you'll love it. If you loved Seinfeld, you're going to love this. Basically, Seinfeld takes the best comedians on planet Earth, including Dave Chappelle, Louis C.K., Bill Burr, just the best comedians imaginable, and he takes them out to have some coffee. I mean, can you think about a better show? Can there possibly be a better show? I don't think I ever watched anything that has Louis C.K. featured on it that didn't just completely crack me up. Louis C.K. kills. I mean, the man is just brilliantly funny. So if I had to recommend a place to begin this show where you can kind of ease into it to watch the first, I will definitely recommend that the first episode that you watch would be the one featuring Louis C.K. He tells a story about how he got stuck with his boat in the middle of New York and how everybody laughed at him. It's absolutely brilliant. It's hilarious. It's absolutely brilliant. If you want to see what the show is about before you start watching it regularly, give that episode a chance. I'm pretty sure that from that point on, you're gonna love it. Show number 3, Black Mirror. Is it possible that I just love shows in which each and every episode just stands alone? It's actually possible that this is a thing with me, because this is the third show that I've chosen, and here too, each and every episode stands alone, so you can just watch them not in sequence. This is the show that you want to watch if you love science fiction. The show features various scenarios that happen in the future as a consequence of various futuristic technologies that might actually emerge at some point in human history. It's a little dark and a little heavy, unlike the first two that I gave you, but it's absolutely brilliant. The actors are doing a great job, the directors are doing a great job, and the writers are absolutely doing a great job. You can tell that the people who made the show decided to make something worth watching, something of high quality. This is, by the way, very different from other shows on Netflix, where in many cases you just feel like someone was trying to make a show in order to fill out a quota of some sort. As if there's a certain amount of shows per month that need to be produced, and some of these shows just had to be produced. It doesn't matter how low a quality they actually came out as. This show, however, Black Mirror, feels like it's the opposite of that. It feels like whoever made this show deliberately tried to create the best quality show imaginable with the resources that he was given. It's absolutely brilliant, and if you love science fiction, you'll absolutely love Black Mirror. Show number 4, The Chef Show. Did you see that movie?
When we all come together,
Come on.
you appreciate it because it doesn't happen all the time.
Everybody saw that movie.
Hey, Tom, that looks like your first oyster right there.
That one right there, that particular one?
Now you just slurp it down. Yeah.
Oh, really good.
I used to cook with Roy all the time when he was training me, and then the movie came out and it all ended.
It's like
And
being dumb.
It really was. It was like, when are we cooking again?
The movie with the chef that goes on in the food truck across the United States, selling food after he was kicked out of his job for yelling at a food critic who gave him a bad food review on the internet. It's a great movie. I watched it twice. I think it's fantastic. And the movie was so good that they decided to make a TV show, well, a Netflix show that is, that basically resembles the film quite a lot. So, John Favreau, I'm not sure I'm pronouncing his name right, but he's the guy who plays the chef in the movie Chef. He basically invites many of his friends, and many of his friends are like Hollywood top guns, mostly from the Avengers films and stuff like that. And he basically cooks great food for them, and they have interesting conversations about a whole host of stuff. It's a light-hearted show, and you'll definitely enjoy it. If you don't feel like watching something heavy at the moment, this is the one for you. Last but not least, the 5th show that I selected. I know, you guys are probably going to laugh at this because it's an old show, but I decided the last show is Breaking Bad.
Happy birthday.
So, how did it feel to be old?
Chemistry. It is the study of change. It is growth, then decay, then transformation.
Walt, we love you, man. We love you. Everybody, to Walt!
You understood what I've just said to you.
Yes. Lung cancer. Inoperable.
A substantial amount of methamphetamine being taken off the streets.
Hank, how much money is that?
It's about 700 grand. It's easy money. Walt, just say the word and I'll take you on a ride along. Walt just knocked down a meth lab.
Hank. I'm thinking if you and I could partner up. You know the business. And I know the chemistry.
You want to cook crystal meth? Cooking is art.
Actually, it's just basic chemistry.
Some straight like you just gonna break bad?
What's up with Walt lately?
Tell me why you're doing this.
I am awake. There are going to be some things that you'll come to learn about me. I just want you to know that no matter how it may look, I only have you in my heart.
Run, Mr. White, run! Get a little excitement in your life.
Something.
Who on planet Earth didn't yet watch this show? If you're one of these sad people, I advise you to watch the show, and Netflix is a great place to do it. Breaking Bad is an awesome show. It's just a great show. In fact, it's so good, I watched it twice. How do I tell you what the story is about without spoiling it for you? Okay. Let's give it a shot. The show talks about a teacher, a chemistry teacher, who at a certain point in his life discovers that he has cancer. This man is just a total loser, he has nothing in his life, and he's probably going to end up dead at a certain point in the future. Of course, anyone in this situation might end up having, well, issues mentally. This man, Walter White, ends up having a complete nervous breakdown and changes his life from one end to the other. I'm not going to tell you exactly how he changes his life, but let's just say that it involves drugs and becoming a criminal, and not just a criminal, but an absolute mastermind of a criminal. I honestly don't think that I spoiled the show for you by saying any of that, but I do feel that if I continue beyond this point, I might end up spoiling the show for you. So those are the 5 shows that I recommend you watch on Netflix. Watch them and have a good time. Finally, I would like to say a few words about this channel, if you don't mind. So currently I'm just kind of experimenting with content. As I stated in videos that I made before, I'm still not 100% sure as to what kind of content I want to upload onto this channel. The only thing that I'm absolutely sure about is the fact that I want to make really high quality animation, and that's not simple at all. It takes time and dedication, and I'm trying to rise to the occasion, I believe I managed to do so, at least to a certain degree. I don't want to just make low quality animation, as I stated in my previous videos. Although I am alone, at least for now, when it comes to the production of these videos, I still want to make very high quality videos. At the same time, I want to make videos regularly. I want to be uploading a video at least once a week. Mind you, I have a full-time job, so this is a lot to juggle together, but I really believe that I can actually make this happen. Mostly because I am actually automating the whole process of making animated videos, which is the main reason why I believe that I'm actually going to do this properly. So far what I uploaded was kind of like vlogs. I basically take a topic that I'm interested in, whether it's books or whether it's TV shows, and I'm conveying my opinion on it, giving recommendations on it. But of course, these videos were just the beginning. For me, these videos were more for the sake of experimenting with making animation. You see, it's really nice to make animation at home and dream about one day making great animation and uploading it onto the internet, but it's a whole nother thing to actually begin to upload something onto the internet, to experiment with it. Experimenting means getting at least some feedback from the world to see whether or not what I'm doing is done properly, whether or not what I'm doing is even interesting to people. I don't know, maybe it isn't interesting to people, and you know, I should change the type of content or whatever it is that I'm doing, or maybe do the animation better. I'm not going to give up that quickly, of course. It's going to take several years, actually, believe it or not, to make me take a step back, because I really think that this is something that I want to do for a significant portion of my life. I want to communicate with people from all over the world using animation. I think that in this day and age, this is the best form of communication, and I really think that there's a lot that can be done using animation today that was literally impossible to do a few decades and even a few years ago. And I want to give it a shot, and I'm willing to invest the amount of time and dedication and hard work that it takes to make these videos. So the first type of video, as I already said, was kind of like vlog videos. I call it Kobi's vlog. This is me just talking about topics that I find interesting, but it's really important for me to emphasize at the end of each and every vlog post that eventually what I'm aiming for is a YouTube channel that's going to deal mostly with comedy. I want to make comedy videos, and these vlog videos, they're going to exist, they're going to be a part of the channel. I'm going to incorporate them because I want a variety of content, and I do believe that these videos are certainly good videos and they're fun to make. But I don't want you thinking that this is the only thing that you're going to end up watching on my channel. It's not. There's going to be a lot of comedy here. That's what I'm aiming for. Okay, that's the main thing I'm actually looking to do here. Anyway, so please subscribe to the channel. Also click the notification bell to be notified about new videos that are coming up. And I'll see you later.